How did you survive without losing your mind on deployment? For me, it wasn't video games, books, or even the gym. It was writing letters I never mailed. Every night, after the patrols were done and the hum of generators settled into background noise, I'd sit on an ammo crate and pull out a small notebook. I wrote to my wife, to my parents, to friends back home, even to my younger self. I told them about the sand that never left my boots, the way dust painted everything orange, the taste of Chow Hall eggs that could break your spirit, and the ridiculous arguments we had about whether to watch the same 2 bootleg DVDs again. Some letters were funny, like describing how a goat somehow made it into our motor pool and had half the squad chasing it around like idiots. Others were serious, like when we lost Garcia and the air felt heavier than body armor. Writing became the one place I could be honest without worrying about being the strong one. There was one letter I remember most. I wrote it to my daughter, who was only 2 at the time. I told her about the stars above Afghanistan, how they looked sharper, closer, like you could grab them. I promised her that when I got back, I'd show her the stars from our own backyard. That letter got smudged from sweat and maybe a tear or two, but I kept it folded in my chest pocket until the day we flew home. When mail finally came through, guys would rip open care packages and letters like kids at Christmas. I never got many, but I didn't mind. I already had 100 letters waiting in my notebook. And when it got bad, when the noise in my head was louder than the mortars outside the wire, I'd flip back through my own words. They reminded me why I was there and who I needed to come back for. Sometimes other guys caught me scribbling in the notebook and would joke, "What are you writing, a novel?" I'd just shrug and say, "Nah, just keeping my sanity." Funny thing is, a couple of them started doing the same. One guy began writing letters to his future self. Another wrote prayers even though he claimed he wasn't religious. It spread like quiet therapy. No counselors, no fancy program, just pens and paper. On the nights when laughter died down and silence crept in, those letters gave us all something to lean on. Even now, my daughter's grown and doesn't remember those early years, but I do. Sometimes when she's stressed, I'll tell her, "Write it down. Even if no one reads it, it matters." And I smile, knowing that little notebook from deployment still shapes both of us today. And maybe that's the real secret, finding small ways to stay human when the world around you tries to strip that away.